everyone, it's Moose and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're going to do another tag video, and this one I am excited to do because I definitely consider myself to be this. Today we're going to be doing the Moody Reader Tag. Is that the name of it? The Moody Book Tag. The Moody Book Tag. Question number one, I've kind of already answered. Do you consider yourself a mood reader? Absolutely. I didn't realize I was a mood reader until I started BookTube, actually. And of course, everyone makes like wrap-up TBR videos. I do make wrap-up videos, and I tried to make TBR videos when I first started my channel, and I've just found that they do not work for me. I make a TBR because I want to get those books off my shelf, not necessarily because I want to read them at that time, which just became a problem for me because I found myself never sticking to my TBR that I had made. I also found that it put me in a huge reading slump quite often, where I just didn't want to read because I wasn't in the mood to read what was next up on my TBR. So yes, I am definitely a mood reader. I've discovered that and embraced it, and now I just kind of read whatever I'm in the mood for. Who would have thought? Question number two, I kind of just answered as well. Do you set TBR lists and do you stick to them? No and no. I used to, didn't work out, never stuck to them, so now I just don't do it. I do kind of set like a tentative, I would like to read this sometime soon. That's about the extent of it. Question number three, do books affect you emotionally? Does the mood of a book rub off on you? Not really. I'm not really a huge emotional person. My husband's about the only one I ever really show emotion to. I get aggravated sometimes, so maybe aggravation is something that comes out when I read, but in terms of like making me sad or anything like that, sure, scenes are sad. I don't really cry over books. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've cried over a book. The two that come to mind is The Book Thief. I was pregnant and very hormonal at the time, and two was Order of the Phoenix with Sirius Black. I was in middle school at the time. Those are pretty much the only two books I can ever remember crying over. So no, they don't typically affect me emotionally. Question number four, when you're feeling sad, do you like to read sad books, happy books, or neutral books? I'm blessed enough to not really be sad that often. Thankfully, I am generally happy most of the time. But to answer this question, I would just say neutral books. I don't seek out books depending on the mood. I seek out books depending on if I think I will like the plot. So yeah, I don't really pick a book based on my mood. Question number five, most often, there's a plane going overhead. We live next to an airport. Sounds like a helicopter, not a plane. Okay. Question number five, most often do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? Escape for sure. I do like critically analyzing books. I did it a lot in college, but I haven't really done it much just in my personal reading. Really, the only thing I can think of is when I read through the Chronicles of Narnia. I was looking at Christian symbols and Christian allegories, that kind of stuff within it as I was reading through. But otherwise, no, it's pretty much always just to escape, to enjoy. And I don't really read nonfiction to learn anything. Question number six, what is a book that made you laugh out loud? First one that comes to mind is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. I've talked about this book a couple times here on my channel. This is an adult fantasy book that is kind of D&D-esque. I've never played D&D. A lot of people compare it to that. It's basically a band of mercenaries who have disbanded and then gotten back together when they're older. Very humorous, very funny. Clay Cooper is the main character. You kind of get his side thoughts throughout. The characters themselves are just funny characters. That one made me laugh out loud. I am way more likely to laugh out loud to a book than to cry over a book. I know there are other books for sure that have made me laugh out loud. I kind of want to say The Crown of Gilded Bones made me laugh out loud just at some of the like absurd romantic scenes. I don't know how to word that. Most recently, I read The Fires of Vengeance. There's one character in there His name is Thimba, I'm pretty sure is the one I'm thinking of, who's kind of like the comic relief in that series, I guess it is. He's made me laugh out loud a couple of times. Yeah, there's a ton. I'm way more likely to laugh at a book than cry over it. Question number 7, what is a book that has made you cry, or if you don't cry, one that really moved you? I've already answered this. I don't cry over books, very, very rarely. I've been a reader since I was in like middle school. I'm an adult now and I've cried over 2 books. So, The Book Thief and Order of the Phoenix. Question number 8, what is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about? When I first read it, the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin was really just kind of, I don't know, to me. It was good. It's not a bad book. But it was so hyped on BookTube, and it was completely off kilter from what I expected that I was disappointed by it. I don't plan on reading the rest of the series. I just don't have enough interest in it. So I guess that one, it made me sad. Straight up, the end made me sad, especially as a mom. I feel like if I'd read this before being a mom, I maybe wouldn't have had such strong emotions about it. But I am. So, I didn't know how to feel about that one. I still kind of don't know how to feel about it. It's a good book. And I definitely get why people like it, but I was personally kind of disappointed by it. Question number 9, are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? Neither. I just read every day, really. Yeah, I really do read like every day, even if it's just a chapter or 2. I do really enjoy reading on like rainy days where I can just sit in my house and just listen to the rain and relax and snuggle up and be warm. But yeah, I read all the time. I'm not more likely to read on any other day. Question number 10. Question number 10, do you usually set the mood when you read? Music, lights, smells, etc.? No. I read when I get a chance. I do a lot of reading. Like at this time right now, my son is napping. I read a lot during his nap time. I read a lot before bed. Those are when I do most of my reading, or in the car I listen to audiobooks. But I don't set the mood. I don't care about having a cup of tea. I can't read when I listen to music. I don't have a very good sense of smell, so candles are kind of out the window. I'm a boring reader. Question number 11, can you leap from book to book, or do you need buffer time between them? No, I'm constantly reading something. I finish something and I go to something else. My buffer time is maybe reading, okay, how do I put this? I'm usually reading like 2 or 3 books at a time. I used to never be like that, but I have turned into that. So now my buffer time is if I finish one, I'll usually wait until I finish the next one, and then I'll start like 2 more the next time I go to want to read something else. So no, I don't need buffer time in terms of I'm not reading anything, but I might slow down in terms of how many I'm reading at the same time, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was all the questions. I'm definitely a mood reader, but not in the sense of I am moody when I read a book. I'm not usually emotionally affected. But it's okay if you are. I'm not talking bad about anyone who is. I'm just personally not. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. Let me know, are you a mood reader? Are you a moody reader? Are you emotionally affected by books? Do you set a TBR and stick to them? If you do, I'm so proud of you. I'm envious a little bit because I have a lot of books on my TBR shelf that I would like to get out of the way, and I just can't force myself to do it because I know I will get in a reading slump if I do that, but woe is me, right? Anyways, you guys are awesome. I am so thankful for you, and we'll meet back here next time, guys. See ya!